I'm about to tell you some things here that you'll probably want to be in a private place to listen to, so make sure no one else can hear, because there's nothing dirty in here, but this is for girls only. Let me ask you, what if you knew the truth about what your man secretly wants and needs from you? The truth that no man would ever willingly tell you. And what if you could use that truth to become a magnet for his love and effortlessly get him to open up to you, stop pushing you away, and truly give you the love and commitment you deserve? I'm Mirabelle, and I need to be upfront with you. I don't have a PhD in psychiatry. I'm not a doctor. I am a relationship expert, but I only became one after I went through this pain myself, after watching my friends suffer, after going through all the agony, the sleepless nights, the frustration and heartbreak of having the man I love not be able to open up and communicate with me. I feel what you're going through because I've been there myself. And that's the reason why I'm sharing this with you today. It's a powerful ancient secret, a secret that opened all the doors for me, a secret that will show you exactly how to reach past his defenses, press all the right buttons, and touch his heart deeply so he completely opens up to you and has him almost pleading to be part of your world forever. You don't have to do anything weird or play mind games for his love. So watch to the end, because I'm about to give you the one crucial secret that most women don't know about that will give you the golden key to unlocking his heart and instantly transforming your relationships with men starting tonight. First, I should warn you, this online relationship workshop will not be up for much longer. Normally, I charge $97 for these workshops just for you to attend. But today, this is free, because I want to help as many women like you as I can. So watch it now while it's still up and while you still can, because this secret is going to change everything about the way you relate to your man. And honestly, my goal for you here is simple. By the end of this workshop, I want to see your man virtually crawling over broken glass just to be by your side, openly, honestly declaring his true, never-ending love for you, and holding you so close you think all your prayers have been answered. Now let me ask you, have you ever started a relationship feeling so warm, cared for, and loved, yet later on he started pulling away and turned into this distant, uninterested stranger? Do you ever find yourself wondering things like, what's happening here? I thought we had something real. Why does he keep backing away? Is he shutting me out on purpose? Every time I try to get closer, he just pushes me further away. Why can't we just be happy together? Why can't he just open up and tell me how he really feels about me? Why won't he commit? Did I do something wrong? Why do men and love have to be so difficult? If there is a feeling of familiarity to you here, then I have to tell you, you are not alone. I'm about to share a secret with you that will change your life forever, that will effortlessly unlock his heart and mind. And when you start using this secret, all of his uncertainty and strange, distant behavior will disappear overnight, and he will fight to stay by your side and make you his forever. Before we can go any further, though, I have to tell you something absolutely critical. If your man is holding back emotionally on some level, or not loving you the way you want to be loved, it's not your fault. There's a very simple reason why it keeps happening, and to prove it to you, I'm going to tell you how I accidentally discovered this powerful little-known secret in the first place. This is going to change everything about the way you experience love. Now, I wasn't always a professional relationship coach helping thousands of men and women transform their relationships. I've had my heart broken too, and the last time it happened was the worst of all. One Saturday morning in late summer a few years ago, I was lying in bed with my boyfriend of 2 years. He hadn't come home last night till 4 a.m., which wasn't like him at all. Suddenly, he took a deep breath, and I felt his whole body go tense. "Okay," he said, "there's something I have to tell you." As soon as he started talking, I went cold all over. No, I thought, don't say it. But it was too late. Lately, I've been feeling like things aren't right between us. I can't put my finger on it exactly, but I feel like we've been growing apart for months. You're not the woman you were when we first got together, and I don't want to lie to you now. I was already shaking with sobs. Whatever it was, I didn't want to hear it because I could already tell what was coming. "Stop crying," he said angrily. "I'm trying to be honest with you here. The truth is, I've been seeing someone else for the past 6 weeks. I don't know how it happened, but I just met her one night and it felt so right." I'm so sorry to hurt you, but I don't want to lie to you. You're just not the one for me anymore." Over the next few hours, it didn't matter what I said to him. In my heart, I loved him and I still wanted him to stay, but nothing I said could change his mind. He'd met someone else. He was leaving and I couldn't stop him. I was devastated. This was the man I'd trusted with everything, my best friend, the love of my life. It's true, I had sensed some distance between us lately, yet I tried so hard to regain his attention and affection. I'd jumped through hoops to make him love me again. But it seemed like every time I reached out, he just pushed me away again. And now, he was gone, and I was drowning in a sea of loneliness, confusion, and heartbreak. Over the next 6 months, I pretty much turned into a hermit. It made me sick to even think about dating other men because even after all the pain and agony he'd put me through, I still wanted him back. I still loved him more than anything. But he'd never called. I never saw him. And slowly, hope left me. Then one night, about 6 months later, everything changed. One of my best male friends, Brad, moved back to town. My girlfriends and I jokingly called him Dr. Love because he had an uncanny eye for spotting what was really going on in other people's relationships. Anyway, he took one look at me and said, "Enough. This has to stop." He made me put on a nice dress and he took me out for dinner, and over the course of the evening, the whole painful story came spilling out. I was wiping away the tears and smudged mascara with my napkin when all of a sudden, he said something that struck me like a lightning bolt. Personally, I'm glad he broke your heart, because now you're ready to move on and learn what really works with men. I couldn't believe my ears. What was he talking about? But as we talked, he mercilessly ripped away all the lies and forced me to see the truth. "I saw who you were becoming with that guy," he said. "You were like a sad little 50s housewife running after him, trying to please him, always looking your best, cooking Italian food for him just like his mama used to make. Probably giving him back rubs and handing him sex on a silver platter every night. You worked so hard to make him happy, and look where it got you. You're a total emotional wreck. And all this time, he's happily living it up with his other girl, holding her hand, having the time of his life, and forgetting about you." He sat back and sipped his coffee. Meanwhile, I was electrified, literally speechless. Was he really saying that all the times I'd tried to please my man, all the times I'd put his needs before mine, all the times I thought I was being a great girlfriend, had backfired? For a split second, I was furious. After all, wouldn't you be too? But then that little voice in my head spoke up and said, "Mirabelle, you should listen to what this guy has to say. He knows what he's talking about." So I swallowed my pride, I took a deep breath, and I raided his mind all night long. And this is where things start to get a little weird. I should probably confess that I actually have a really weird personality quirk. I have a nearly photographic memory. I admit, it's been kind of a drag at times, especially when I find myself remembering in crystal clarity the things I'd rather forget. Like the look on my beloved boyfriend's face when he told me he'd been cheating on me. But this quirk has come in pretty handy at times too, so I have to confess, even though it sounds really bad to say it out loud now, that night I used that quirk on Brad without him even knowing it. I basically recorded what he was saying inside of my head, and every so often I sneaked off to the bathroom and scribbled down every detail of all the juicy stuff that was making my head spin. Now maybe I should have let him know I was doing this, but he had no idea what was happening, which was great because it meant he didn't hold back. He didn't waste my time trying to tell me stuff he thought sounded politically correct. He just gave it to me straight. And even though it hurt me and impacted me so deeply, I felt like a meteorite had struck the earth and the whole world was shaking and burning all around me. My heart told me he was right. That night, when I finally got home, my head was swimming. I guess I was in a state of shock. But over the next few weeks, I did the same thing with all my male friends. I scheduled informal meetings with all of them, and I picked their brains relentlessly about men while secretly recording every last word. Now, technically, this is totally legal. Maybe it was a little bit sneaky, but you have to understand, I had to know the truth, whatever it cost, and the result was worth it. Because these guys didn't hold back. They shared the truth about how men really think, and it was electrifying. I found out all the weird, upsetting, frightening facts about what men really want and how they really experience attraction and love. Why your man still has secret doubts about you, and why he's lying to you about those doubts. The secrets of what makes a man decide to commit or pull away at the last second. What he really hears when you tell him, "I love you." Why he lies to you. Why he cheats. What it means when he looks at other women. Why he goes quiet. Whether he really does fantasize about your hot sister or having sex with your best friend. Why he can't or won't commit. The things he says about you when you're not around. All the dirty, painful truths about what men think, how they work, that they would never, ever tell you. And let me say right now, they would be aghast if they knew I was sharing this with you. Now, I probably should have stopped right there, but I took all those powerful secrets and I worked like a madwoman possessed, pruning them down and figuring them out. And I started to see a system, a gigantic, overarching pattern. A system of behavior that was so massive that most women don't even know it's there. I had unlocked an ancient secret that triggers his love, desire, and powerful, unswerving adoration. The one thing that makes a man desperate to be with a woman. And stumbling upon this secret was the most incredible thing that could have happened to me. Because for the first time in my life, I finally started to understand men. Suddenly, I could see for myself what my role in the breakup had been, and all the panic and agony and desperation was replaced by an incredible feeling of empowerment. Like I could take the power back for myself instead of waiting around like some helpless, broken doormat for him to love me. For the first time since my heart was broken, I felt a sense of hope. Maybe men and love weren't as complex as I had believed. Honestly, I didn't expect anything more to come from this flash of enlightenment. Yet, I tentatively began using the secret and applying it to my life anyway. And what happened next was absolutely incredible. Everything changed, almost overnight. Inside of just 2 weeks, I found myself surrounded by men, smart, sexy, high-quality men who were literally desperate to take me out and eagerly, enthusiastically spend their time and money trying to make me happy. I had so much fun. From feeling lonely and bereft and worried I'd never meet anyone as good again, my calendar was busting at the seams with playdates, drinks, Sunday picnics, barbecues. And the best part? It was happening all by itself. I didn't have to ask for it, work for it, or even lift a finger. It seems crazy now to think of how hard I used to chase this love, because just 3 months in, I met the man who worshipped me more than all the rest of them put together. Within a month, he begged me to be his girlfriend, and he willingly, eagerly bent over backwards to make me happy and please me every day. For the first time ever, I felt as though love was easy, and he made me feel so special, so warm, so loved and secure that I knew he was the man I'd been searching for my whole life. And the best part is, it's my mind he loves the most. He says I'm the only woman he's ever met who gets it, who truly understands what he really is and how he experiences relationships as a man. Which is actually kind of funny, because attracting a man, not a boy, was exactly what I'd secretly hoped for all along. Now listen, before I understood the secret and started using it in my life, I had wasted so many years struggling to keep a man's love and feeling like I was always on the verge of losing him. And now, no matter what your dating situation is, whether you're happy or unhappy, committed or struggling, in love or lonely, this secret is the key to getting the man in your life to do a complete emotional about-face, stop pushing you away, and finally commit himself wholeheartedly to loving you, being with you, and instinctively giving you all the love and commitment you've ever wished for. Once you get how to use this secret in your relationships, he will stop taking you for granted immediately. In his mind, every other woman will fade into nothingness. He will feel like you and he are two halves of the same whole, almost like you know him better than he knows himself, all because you know how he truly works as a man. Let me tell you about a recent female client and friend of mine called Anna.